I own a lot of businesses, so I wear a lot of hats. So whatever's
State primarily.
The FBI may
cooking with fire.
Let's make it happen!
Switch to the partner businesses rely on.
The Supreme Court said the White House and federal agencies, such as the FBI, may continue to urge social media platforms to take down content the government views as misinformation. This is viewed as a victory for the Biden administration, technical, if not an important one.
Yeah, so
what do you think?
Let me talk about this case that just came down, the first one today. So you may remember about a year or so ago, a group of Republican state attorneys general and a group of internet users, social media users, sued the Biden administration. They said, you are violating the First Amendment when you were, during COVID, primarily during COVID, but other issues too, when you were reaching out to social media companies saying, you need to take this post down, you need to moderate this post. And the question was, does that violate the First Amendment? The Supreme Court has now found, by a 6-3 ruling, not your usual, it's actually a cross-ideological majority.
Interesting.
That the people who sued do not have standing, meaning state AGs and people who may use Twitter or Facebook, you don't have enough of an injury from this to even bring the lawsuit. So they didn't even reach the First Amendment question, the First Amendment merits. The Supreme Court just said 6-3, you're out of luck, this lawsuit's no good, go back to the drawing board.
Is that kind of taking a pass on deciding some of the more key constitutional issues there?
It's a procedural off-ramp, but it matters. I mean, standing matters in our courts. You can't just bring a lawsuit because something bothers you or offends you. You have to be able to show some tangible injury. And just to remind our viewers, we saw the mifepristone, the abortion medication decision last week, I think it was also based on a lack of standing. So Supreme Court likes to take these off-ramps if they're there, especially when they get into messy issues. But for now, there's no First Amendment violation in what the Biden administration did.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone, those who were willing who I learned this truth from. And salutations to the brothers. All right, stiffly pushing this one truth out in all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. Shalom to the rest of the elect as we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. All right, this your brother Kagabar. And as you can clearly see, all right, the Supreme Court is pretty much going to stand by the Biden administration taking away your freedom of speech, man. All right, it's pretty much what they're doing, and we've been telling people the famine of the word is coming. It's coming. Even when you look at like Scotland and Canada, you know, they've passed particular hate crime bills to where certain groups of people, okay, the alphabet boys, all right, the elderly, whatever they deem hate speech, man, they gonna start coming after people for that type of stuff, you know, taking posts down like they've been doing since the whole C-19 ordeal. Well, apparently, you know, you have some Republicans, I believe, you have some Republicans or whatever that tried to sue this Biden administration, okay, and the Supreme Court pretty much ruled in favor of Biden. They said that they didn't have good enough standing. So we see exactly what this is leading to, and it's no coincidence that, you know, they pretty much want to continue taking people's posts down for disinformation, you know, whatever they deem misleading information, because they know that there's another pandemic that they're brewing up, right? They said that there's like a ding. Let me look this up. I forget exactly how the hell they say it. It's like a ding. The fuck this shit is called. Ding fever outbreak in the U.S. Okay. All right. A dengue fever is surging in the U.S. The dengue fever is a rising threat in the United States, CDC warns. Okay, CDC warns a surge in global dengue cases is raising risk in U.S., right? And we can't forget they was just talking about the bird flu that's spreading. So you got all these different pestilences that's spreading, and we know what happened, you know, 4 years ago when, you know, we went out speaking out against that. You had other people speaking out against the pandemic. And, you know, they labeled you a conspiracy theorist. They said, everything's misinformation, taking down our videos, taking everything down. All right. But then you kind of find out, you know, Fauci went out and said the whole 6 feet social distancing, that was bullshit. You know, they went out and confirmed that, you know, a lot of people have died from the jabs. Okay. They I'm pretty sure they banned Pfizer or like Pfizer and Moderna from the U.S., man. So everything that they said that we were, misinformation, this, that, there, and the third, it was all true. It was all true. So, as they look to release more pestilences and bring another lockdown, I forgot who said it. I think it was that devil Klaus Schwab, but he said something along the lines of, how they didn't want people speaking out against this next one. Like they didn't want, people, they want as little resistance as possible. All right. To just pretty much to put it simply, and in order to do that, they got to take away your freedom to speak out against this shit, man. You see, because Amalek has lost the narrative, man. He's lost the information war. This dude is sitting there passing the Shalom Act, the anti-Semitism awareness bill. They're trying to ban TikTok. Like, if you can't see that this devil is literally pulling out his final stops to take away your freedom of speech and to shut up this truth from going out and this information from reaching the public, then you need to get your head out your ass, man. Okay? Because it's clear at this point. Okay? They sitting there talking about a damn internet apocalypse that's going to be caused from the sun and all types of shit, man. But we know that we moments away from these devils doing something major, man. Okay? But read a little bit of this article. It says Supreme Court allows White House to press social media companies to remove disinformation. Okay, which you kind of find out whatever they deem misinformation or they fact check this and that. I mean, even with the pandemic, the C-19, all of that shit, you kind of find out a couple years later it was all true. See? You know what I'm saying? It was all true, man. You even got their own doctors and their own Faucis and shit that went out, pretty much exposing themselves, man. You see? Right? But we know that this has to happen because scriptures speak about a famine of the word, a period of time to where it's going to be hard to access and to hear these warnings and to hear the truth of what's taking place, man. Okay, the prophecies and all those particular things. All right, because it's all prophetic. So this must happen, man. All right. But let's read a bit. It says the Supreme Court on Wednesday said the White House and federal agencies such as the FBI may continue to urge social media platforms to take down content the government views as misinformation, handing the Biden administration a technical, if important election year victory. You see, all right, which we know that if this place goes to war, okay, you got the tensions with Russia at a fucking all-time high right now, all right, if this place goes to war before the elections, they're not taking Biden out. So everything that he's been doing, all of the draconian legislation, that he's been putting on the people, okay, it's only going to get worse, right? Which really don't matter who the hell is in office, okay? Whatever selected puppet is in office, the bird is going to fly the same direction, okay? No matter, it's going to fly the same direction at the end of the day, and that direction is down into the fucking ground, man. This place is through. And with them, taking away your freedom of speech, okay, and putting a squeeze on the people, right, this is going to cause people to riot, man. It's going to cause a lot of sedition, okay? I mean, the simple fact that they're looking to ban TikTok, okay, they're making it to where if they pass that anti-Semitism awareness bill, that's going to ban particular parts of the Bible, namely in the New Testament when you go into the persecution of, Lord Yahweh Shah, the Messiah, by the Jews, man, because you won't be able to speak against the small hats, which we know they're not even the real Jews of antiquity, okay? They're Revelation 2:9, they're they that say they're Jews but are the synagogue of Satan. And it's only the house of Satan would pass legislation like this because they trying to cover their ass, man. Okay, he's a fugitive and a vagabond. This dude is running away scary because he's been exposed on all levels. All right, but at the end of the day, the Most High is bringing this about because once we're not on them street corners no more, once we're not freely able to put these videos up, which we already getting hit. We got certain videos get taken down. You come back, a video you did 3 months ago is randomly taken down for whatever bullshit reason. They clip audio out of certain lessons, which that happens to me all the fucking time. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They do all these particular things, man. So we already see that these devils are doing it. They got AI that combs through videos and, look for keywords and code words. So we already got to speak a certain way to try to, bypass the algorithm. Having to do all that shit is just, at the end of the day, it's too much. It's vexing, man. That's why we praying the Most High just hurry up and brings this famine of the word and allows them to, black out the media, because we know when that occurs, all hell is going to erupt in a city near you, man. Okay, to the likes you've never seen before, right? When the prophets are removed, okay, when the prophets are brought back, that's when the destruction is going to fully commence, right? So that's why when we see things like this, man, all right, we know that this is a indicator that the Most High is about to go ahead and seal this part of the ministry up, okay? Which means the elect are pretty much sealed, man. All right. It says, matter of fact, let's grab a preset real quick. This is give me one moment. This is 2nd Ezra's, the 5th chapter. Okay, because once this truth is pulled back, man, you can expect everything to multiply. All right, all types of wickedness to multiply, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 9. It says, "And salt water shall be found in a sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another." Okay, which is due to great tribulation and a lack of bread. You about to see a whole lot of that shit. You about to see a whole lot of neighbors turning against neighbors, loved ones turning against each other. Okay, like Lord Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 24, man, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. It says, "And all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself." Okay, and understanding with it, Salakia, withdraw itself into his secret chamber, man. So wit and understanding goes into this wisdom and this truth. Okay, meaning what? You not been able to hear the words of the Heavenly Father, man, which is the same thing it says in Amos chapter 8, starting at verse 11. Okay, which goes into a famine of the word, a time to where they pass legislation like the Shalom Act, anti-Semitism awareness bill, trying to ban parts of the Bible, and like I mentioned earlier, these different countries passing hate crime bills, man, like Scotland. Okay, which means there's certain groups that are going to be protected that you're not going to be able to speak out against, and if you do, you'll be penalized, you'll be fined, your account will be removed. You see this hate crime law was meant to protect against prejudice. It ended up sowing further division, and this was in Scotland. I believe Canada passed one as well, and all these different European countries, man, because this is the beast, right? This is the beast, man. Okay, but once again, this type of legislation shows you that the attack on your freedom of speech and your First Amendment rights is going to cause the truth to be pulled back, because we're not going to be able to speak out. We speak out against all these groups, man. The alphabet community, anybody, doing contrary to the ways of the Heavenly Father, man. We are tasked with speaking out against. See, so that's the real goal they wanna that they wanna come after, man. All right, or the men of the Lord speaking out against this shit. Okay, which we know who is at the top is Amalek. Okay, the elite banking families, man. You see, they the ones who they want to who got all that protection. They don't want you saying shit against, right? But they go get what they want, man, because the Most High is gonna cause a scarcity of this truth. But in doing so, all hell and destruction is gonna commence, man. Right? But yeah, it says, "Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found." And that's the exact same thing it says in Amos the 8th chapter, man, starting at verse 11. Okay, when the famine of the word hits, that's when a lot of people are going to be going sea to sea, coast to coast, trying to understand what's taking place in the earth, trying to get a good grasp of why is this happening, why is that happening, what's going on, right? What does this mean? What does that mean? And you're not going to get those answers anymore, man. We've been out on them highways and hedges. All right, the Israelites have been out there for the last 40 plus years, I want to say, man. Okay, starting all the way back with my elders and apostles, all right, and down to brothers like myself, man. We go out there diligently, all right, and you people don't inquire. So, of course, whenever it's too late, y'all gonna try to inquire, but it's gonna be too late, man. See, it says, I'm gonna grab that again. It says, then shall wit hide itself and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber and shall be sought of many. So that's when y'all gonna seek it, when the Most High pulls us back. It says, and yet not be found, because it's gonna be a scarcity. That's what a famine is. It's a scarcity, man. It's hard to find. They got this type of legislation passed. You know, we can't put up certain posts, certain videos. If we can't speak against certain groups, if we can't say certain things, then, you know, or face jail time or penalties and all this shit, then, you know, the only ones who are going to be hearing the messages at that point is going to be in small councils, man. You know, it's going to be in secrecy. It's going to be, you know, it ain't going to be out such a public thing anymore, because we're not going to be able to. You see? All right, especially when they're talking about EMP attacks and attacks on the infrastructure and, you know, power grid attacks, you know, cyber attacks. All of that shit could take this shit offline, man. And then not only that, they also got the legislation to back it up. So they coming at you with all angles, man. All right. But here's the point. It says, and shall be sought of many and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. You see that? So that's when you can expect, you know what I'm saying, iniquity to abound, man. You know, all hell, Jacob's trouble to fully commence, you know, because at that point, that means the Most High is done warning you people, and he has his elect sealed up. See, so that's all this tells us, man, is that, you know, these devils are pretty much at that point to where they want to do this. All right, because they also, you know, they got to roll out a digital dollar. They going to war. I mean, so what else is there to do? Okay. Which I'm not going to read this entire article. That's pretty much been the point. You know, I could put it in the description box if any brother want to read it. But that's pretty much the point, man. All right. But I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashmi Al Shah, Bashim Kakadash, DTA Baba Ball. Shalom.